Hi, welcome back. This is Boom Fitness, where we combine our faith and our fitness together into one. Our scripture verse today comes from Luke 22:40. When he came to the place, he said to them, "Pray that you may not enter into temptation." The disciples were being tempted in many ways as they waited with Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. They may have wanted to run away, to hide, or do as Peter did when he denied knowing Christ. Jesus did not tell them to pray that they would not be tempted, but he told them to pray that they would not enter into temptation. Big difference there, right? We would love it if we never felt tempted to do wrong things, but guess what? That'll never happen. The Bible says that temptation must come. One reason we have faith in God is so we can resist the temptation to do wrong things. Jesus wanted them to pray ahead of time, so when the pressure got really bad, they would already be strong enough to resist. If a person has a problem with appetite, it's best to pray for strength to say no to wrong choices before they ever sit down to the table. Why wait until the pressure is staring them in the face and they are being tempted by all the good smells from the food? I truly believe that if we would recognize our weak areas and pray for strength regularly, we would see a lot more victory. I know that I am tempted to display impatience if I have to do a lot of waiting, so I pray before I even get into those types of situations, and it helps me. God has promised us His strength, but we must ask Him for it. We've talked about this before, asking God for strength. It goes with temptation. We're in the middle of this class and it gets tough. It goes for that too. You ask for that strength because God will strengthen you. Equipment needed for today. We'll need a chair, a mat, some weights. I just picked one heavy weight because I'm filming in kind of an odd place today and I didn't feel like dragging a whole bunch of stuff around. And then you'll also want one of the mini bands. Always have water, but other than that, we will get started with the warm-up. Start with a little step touch here. Alright, why don't we curl those hamstrings? Pull those arms back with it. This is completely a lower body class, but sometimes I still like to add a little bit of arms in, just to make it fun. Alright, we're going to reach opposite hand, opposite foot. Excellent. Alright, go ahead and go back to that butt kicker. Option to stay right here or start to jog it with those butt kickers. If you want to stay low impact, just stay where we were. I do not have a problem with you staying low impact, okay? Excellent. Alright, let's take those feet wider than hip distance. We're going to squat it out. Down and up. Excellent. So we've got 60 minutes here where we're going to work all of the lower body. Had a lot of band work today. So you may not be maybe as sweaty as when we do all heavy weights, but you will feel it. It just might feel a little different, okay? All right, we're gonna step to the side, reach, come back together, step to the other side. Notice here, this knee is bent, that leg is straight. You don't have to touch all the way down to the ground if that doesn't feel right for you. Keep it up a little higher. Maybe you're here. That's fine with me. This is a nice little movement because it warms up those inner thighs. Or not warms up, stretches them a little bit as we move. Alright, let's do a couple lunges here. Remember, nice long stride. Drop that knee down. Bring it back up. That front knee has that 90-degree angle. One more, and then we're going to switch. Other side. Ooh, falling over. Seriously, falling over. Whew. We're just dropping that knee down, bending that front knee so that front ankle stacked over that front knee stacked over that front ankle. Last one. Option to find a wall or a chair. Swing those legs open and shut. Go ahead, switch other side. Eyes open, I'm floating, love, take me away. Excellent job. You're reaching, I feel it, I can't be the same. All right, get those knees up. Option to stay right here. Maybe you want to jog a little bit. Get those knees up though. We're doing high knees here. Want to get those legs nice and warm. So even if you're walking it, still get those knees up, okay? Excellent. Keep pushing for me. All right, come back to that step touch. Whew, my mat's getting a little wonky. It happens when you're on carpet. Okay. All right, we're gonna go squat, side lunge, squat, side lunge. Let's work through here. We're still in the warm up. Don't get crazy. You don't need to add any weight. All right, we will get started here with our first move. All right, you're gonna grab one heavy weight. Get a couple options. I like to hold my weight like so. If you wanted, you could hold it this way. Whatever feels right for you. I'm gonna hold it up here. Option, you can hold it down here. Just do me a favor, keep those shoulders back. All we're doing is squatting it down, lifting it up. Goblet squat. Ready, get set, go. 40 seconds here. Whew. Get that butt down nice and low for me. Remember, we keep that chest lifted. I'm going to turn to the side. So don't let those shoulders come forward. Keep them back. Check it out. So your butt coming down to about knee line. That's where we want it. Maybe if you're holding it down here, you're tapping that weight against the ground. Go ahead and rest. We're gonna do an isometric hold for the second one, so that just means we come down here and we stay there. Got a few seconds in between, catch your breath, maybe shake it out a little bit. Here we go. So either here or here. I don't care which way you hold it. But if you are here, like I am, shoulders are back. None of this, okay? Keep them back. Get down a little lower. I want your glutes to shake a little bit here. You're doing so good. Come on, can you get a little lower for me? Excellent. Now this should be a pretty heavy weight. We're working our legs today, so your weights can be heavy, okay? Whew. About 5 seconds left. 2, 1. Whew. Bring it back up. So our last round is always that pulsing round. So you're gonna come here and just pulse, holding that weight. Whew. Remember, reset those shoulders, keep them back. Here we go. Excellent. So just little one-inch movement up and down. Check in with those knees. Make sure, keep going. Make sure they're not coming forward. Those hips are far enough back that those knees can stay back. So watch, if I keep my knees too far forward, or my hips too far forward, my knees go with. So if I send my hips back and then down, my knees can stay back. Excellent. About 5 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're switching moves here. Whew. Plie squat is next. So I'm gonna grab 2 separate weights. I'll show you 2 different ways to hold them. Option 1, hold them right there on your thighs. Turn out those toes, lower it down and up. Option 2, they'd be up on your shoulders, lowering it down and up. Whichever one feels better to you. Today I'm gonna hold them on my thighs. Normally I keep them on my shoulders. Totally up to you. Pick what you'd prefer. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Down and up. Maybe having weights on your shoulders doesn't feel good. That's okay, take them off. See how wide my legs are? They're almost as wide as my mat. And when I come down nice and low. Excellent. And those weights are there, just adding resistance to the movement. You could do this whole workout without equipment and you would still feel it, okay? Rest. We're gonna do that again. This time we're just gonna hold it. I'm gonna throw my weights up here this time just to show you the difference. Get those legs set up. Turn out the toes. They should point at opposite walls. Nice and wide. Hold it down. You should have 2 L shapes. See how my legs kind of make an L? I know they're not quite an L. We're not all the way down here. Could be. Not quite. Whew. What did you think about our devotional today? About temptation? You know, to be honest, it kind of struck me. A lot of times I do enter into things that I know are going to be very tempting for me with 0 prayer coverage. Keep holding. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Take them out if you need to. I need to a little. Catch your breath. We're going to pulse. So turn out those toes. Get ready. 1-inch movement up and down. Continuing on with what we were saying. Like she used the example in that devotional about eating, and that actually is an area that I have challenge. I've never thought about that. Like before I go out to eat, or sit at a big family meal, praying beforehand for God to give me the strength. Just eat till I'm full. To be fed, not to feed whatever inside of me just wants to eat something tasty. Rest. All right. I'm gonna set my weights down. Grab that band. I want it around your ankles. Now, I'm gonna have the chair nearby me for this next move, but you don't have to. You can just balance, but since I'm on camera, I'll use this. Stagger your stance. Chest is lifted. All we're doing, lifting that leg up, lowering it down. Here we go. Lift and lower. So the leg lifting for me right now is my right leg. I don't care if you started on your left, that's totally fine. We're gonna do both anyway. Just make sure on the next round you do the other one, okay? And I don't want white knuckle in it with the chair. maybe just fingertips. You could even stay here and just balance. Now you could totally do this move without a band. Rest. Got 15 seconds in between. Maybe you need to shake out the legs a little bit, whatever you need to do. We're gonna hold that leg up as high as you can. Leave it there. Here we go. Make sure there's a slight bend in that knee. Don't lock it out. So we're just lifting that leg up. And as I lift forward, if I want more height, I hinge forward from the hip. Right? I don't want to stand up really tall and joink my leg up there because it's going to put a lot of strain on my low back. So I hinge forward, lifting up that leg. You could just balance here. You don't have to hold the chair. But if you get a little wobbly like I just did, it's there. It'll catch you when you need it. Now, I don't think I picked a very difficult band. Rest. I think it's a medium today. It's just the first one I grabbed. So my leg might be higher than yours. But that's just because of the elasticity of my band versus maybe what you have. This last one is pulses. This one should feel the hardest. Here we go. Excellent. Just little pulses up and down, okay? Breathe through this one. Make sure there's a little bit of a bend in that knee. I can feel a little bit of strain or tightness in my knee if I stand too tall and straight. You want to have that little bend in there. Be nice to your joints and they'll be nice to you. Keep pulsing. 10 more seconds. You're doing great. 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Whew. Feel free, grab a drink. This is a great time. In between, you get 40 seconds. Now this is a recording, so if you don't need that much time, feel free to fast forward it to the next move. It's always an option. All right. Same thing, other leg. I'm going to turn my chair the other direction so it's my outward facing leg that you see. But now this is my left leg. Same thing, stand up nice and tall, shoulders are back, leg back. We're just going to lift and lower. Here we go. Got 40 seconds here. Whew. I am a sweaty mess. That's good though. When you get real sweaty, you know you worked, right? Now, temptation can come in so many different ways. So the example we've given so far is just food. Maybe that's not even something you struggle with. Maybe you've just always been one of those people that stop when you're full. That's awesome, and I'm super jealous of you, by the way. 2, 1, rest. Isometrics next. Maybe it's something different for you. Maybe when you're in social situations, it's hard for you to not drink too much. Or, here we go, isometric hold. Maybe you have difficulties with holding your tongue. Like maybe you spout off real quick, you're easily angered, or whatever it might be. Before you do that, before you enter into a situation where you know that that's a good possibility, it might happen, why not try praying beforehand, asking God for strength? Just something along the lines of, God, please strengthen me before I go into the situation. Help me keep my tongue bridled. That's the right word. 2, 1, rest. And just ask Him for that help. Does that mean you're still going to 100% never screw up? Probably not. We're still human. We still have our own free will. Pulses. But you may just feel that little tug, that little nudge from God saying, nope, close your mouth. Nope, put down the fork. Whatever it might be, whatever your temptation is, no, put down that glass. Whatever tempts you. And it's so easy to judge other people's temptations, right? oh, well, I don't have trouble with alcohol, so that's something that maybe you could judge somebody else for. But you know what? You may have trouble with lying or rest. Whew. Okay, next one we've got hip bridge with feet on the chair. Option here to throw a weight on your hips. You could always keep your band above the knee for this part too. If you do keep the band, I just ask that you forcibly keep your legs open and not let them cave in, okay? So, come down onto your mat. Heels go into the chair. We're going to be targeting more of our hamstrings here. I want your heels, not the tops of your feet. Push those hips up, bring them down. I've been practicing a song and I did it today where we use drumsticks for the song Joy by For King and Country. And it's like a 3-minute song. It's not crazy long, but the whole song is basically just lifting and lowering your hips. So this motion, no weights obviously, but my glutes, hamstrings are a little tired. We'll get through it together. Rest. Whew. And straighten out those legs for a little bit if you want, just to get ready. We're not going to be resting long. Whew. All right, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Up and hold. This is our isometric round. So the second round, in pretty much all situations, will be isometric. Occasionally, depending on the move, we'll just move slower because in some cases it doesn't work to just hold, especially if you're alternating legs or something. But in this circumstance, it works. So we are going to hold. Do not let those hips touch the ground. Keep them as high as you can. Feel those hamstrings, those glutes engaging. 2, 1. Lower it down. Pulses are next. So just a little 1-inch movement up and down. Whew. Catch my breath a little bit here. One of these times, here we go. Pulses. Rest in between. They might feel long while you're waiting for the next move. But I do hope, at least in between these individual moves, like regular hold pulses, that you would take those 15 seconds. Let your muscles recover for that little bit of time before you jump back in. I know it's tempting to just get it over with, right? Speed along. Do me a favor. Let your muscles recover before you jump back in. Keep pulsing here. It should be burning. If it is, you're doing it right, okay? Rest. All right. We got to find that band again. Weight can go off to the side. We are going to do a quadricep extension with the band. I'm going to kind of tilt my chair so you can see a little bit of both directions. So one foot, it goes underneath the arch of your foot. The other one, it goes around the ankle. So whichever foot is under the arch of that foot stays put. The other leg lifts up, comes back down. That's it. You're just straightening the leg and bending it back down. You will feel this on the top side of your leg, those quadriceps. It might not look like much, but your quads will feel it. You may have to be considerate of how tense of a band you're using if this starts to bother your knee. I tried to stay with something not too intense today because I have been noticing my knees being a little bothered with stuff too heavy. Rest. So the second round is that isometric hold. Same thing, you're just holding it up. We got 3, 2, 1, hold it up. Maybe your temptation is that midway through a workout, you want to press play or pause and stop, take a break. Maybe you won't even come back sometimes. If that's your temptation, before you even press play, you ask God for the strength to get through the whole workout, to give you the courage to face it when it feels boring, long, you're shaking and you don't want to finish. Ask God for that courage to finish and see it through, because I know you can do it. I know you can get to the end. Rest. Pulses are next. The enemy will try and convince your mind that you need to quit, that it's too hard, this has been taking too long, you're done for the day. But I know, pulses, that you can do better than that. You can keep going. You can push through, and you will. Maybe that's not something you struggle with. That's awesome, by the way, and congratulations. That is totally amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I've done recordings in the past, they might be an exceptional instructor, but when it's a recording, sometimes I just want to be done, right? And I am guilty of turning it off part of the way through. And you know what? There's no condemnation there. Rest. All we're talking about, so we're going to be switching those feet. All we're talking about is asking God for the strength to continue on when normally you would give up. Okay, just switch the bottom of the feet. Now, my other foot, it's around the arch. Whew. And the foot that was on the ground, now it's going to lift. That's the only difference here. It's kind of a nice little break because you get to sit for this move, right? I don't know about break, if that's the right word, since we're moving a lot. But, you know what I mean. 2, 1, here we go. Lift and lower. Anytime we do one leg, we're going to have to do the other. We want to keep things even. Not gonna lie, this leg feels harder. I don't know why. I suppose when we're sitting here, maybe I tighten it up to hold it in place. I'm not really sure. All I know is that I'm feeling it. You can thank me tomorrow when your legs are a little wobbly. Rest. Although maybe if you're a runner or do things like this often, it might not feel that intense. I pretty much have rarely done this exercise in my classes, so it feels pretty intense to me. Isometric is next. Here we go. Hold it up. Do you see this face I'm making? It ain't a cute face, but we're gonna keep it up. We're gonna get there. Yeah, I've taken other people's classes and they look so cute the whole way through. They're just smiling and everything, and here I am like making these goofy faces with you. So I am grateful that you have stuck it up with me despite the weird faces I make at you. It's just a sign that I'm working, okay? But this is hard. So if it feels hard to you, you're in good company. Feels hard to me too. Rest. Woo! Alright, next one, pulses, okay? Woo! Take a deep breath. 3, 2, 1, pulse. Now you can hold your sides here, or you can hold on to the chair, depending on what makes you feel more stable. Kind of liking it around my thighs better, but depending on your chair, just you know, it might feel different or better the other way. All I know is I don't want you to give up here. It's gonna get hard. We got about 15 seconds left. And these last 15, especially the last 5, 10 seconds, are gonna be tough. But we've got this. You are tough too. We were meant to do the hard things. Alright. You can actually keep the band exactly the way it is, or you can switch out the feet. I might switch them out, but it's the same thing. I'm gonna go back to my Other leg first. So all we're going to be doing is a little hamstring curl. Comes around ankle of the leg that you're going to lift. So you're going to curl it up, curl it down. Here we go. We're just working the opposite end, opposite side of the leg. If it feels better, you could probably keep it a little bit partly on your shoe. That helps. I have really low socks, so having it around my ankle was kind of hurting. The band was digging into my skin. But maybe you have long pants on or long socks, and you can keep it around your ankle. I just moved mine for that reason. In case you were wondering.
I'm gonna try to come back in the next drop.
Go ahead and rest. Alright, isometric hold is next. Whew. Wipe the sweat from your brow. Maybe fan off a little bit. Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Roll it up as high as you can and keep it there. You should feel the backside of your leg engaging. I don't know about you, but I definitely feel the backside of my standing leg engaging as well. My legs are starting to shake a little bit, so if yours are, you're in good company. You're not wimping out. You're just human. Whew. Let's say our verse again. Luke 22:40. When he came to the place, he said to them, "Pray that you may not enter into temptation."
Those are my bars. Thank you very much for listening. That's probably the worst finish to a mixtape.
Pulses are next. I remember, they're talking about Jesus. Jesus is the one who came to the place. He said to them, "Pray that you may not enter into temptation."
Just free because
He's pretty wise. You know, he's Jesus, he's God, whatever. Paul says, so I'm sure when he told the disciples that, they knew to take note, to listen. I mean, enough that Luke recorded it, right? Oh man, this one's rough, you guys.
Thanks for listening.
We got this. Woo! I know I'm making those faces again. Sorry about that. Keep it going. Woo! 2, 1. Whew, rest. All right. Same thing, but I'm going to switch it around. Make sure this side is all the way underneath my arch. Again, I'm probably going to put it not quite on my ankle, a little bit still on my shoe. But remember, that was literally just because it kind of hurt my leg otherwise. Okay. All right, same thing, other leg. I'm going to stay facing this way just because the timer's about to run out, but I'm using my other leg. Here we go. Put it up. Woo, keep going. My band just came off. That is the downside to using these bands. Alright, I might just have to suck it up and leave it around my ankle. I was able to figure it out on the other leg, but not quite on this one. The second leg might feel harder. It's not in your head. It probably is harder. That leg was working, standing there. Rest. Now I realize we have this chair for balance, but the real balance is coming from your legs. Remember, engage your core. Really tighten it up before we start even. Keep it tight through that whole motion. Isometric, here we go. Yes, great job. Woo! Get that leg up there, don't let it drop. Guess what your leg's gonna wanna do? A little bit of this. Keep it up there, okay? Say, leg, not today. None of that funny business. You gotta fight gravity here. Fight that band. Keep it going. Got about 10 seconds left here. I'm shaking. I don't know about you. I'm shaking. 2, 1. Whew. Maybe shake it out a little bit. It always kind of helps just getting that blood moving around some of that lactic acid that might have built up. Pulses are next. Get ready. Here we go. You guys can't see this because he's off camera, but my cat is like watching me from his little cat tree. I'm just waiting for him to dart out quickly. Probably looking at all these lights all over the floor, like thinking there's something to attack, you know, like the laser pointer. I wish you could see him because his head is like... Keep pulsing. Don't quit on me. 5 more seconds. 1. Rest. Whew. All right. Next, we're going to do some backstepping lunges. So you can get rid of the band for now. Get the chair off to the side. Bring those weights up onto your shoulders. We're going to stay on one leg to start with. I'm going to start stepping back with my right leg. It might look opposite in the camera. I always forget if it mirrors me or not. Either way, it will be my right leg. So all we're doing, stepping back, lunging it down, staying here. I'm going to turn to the side. So if you have a mirror or you can see a reflection in glass anywhere, check out that front knee. Make sure it is not driving past that ankle. Be right on top of it. If it's up towards your toes, you need to step back further, okay? I teach a lot of classes where we do lunges, and so often people do them incorrectly. And that makes me worried if they don't fix it. Whew, because it's really, really hard. Rest on your knees. Stay on the same leg. We're gonna hold it this time. And if having the weights up on your shoulder bothers you, feel free, they can be at your side. Here we go. Isometric hold. Think low lunge. That front heel is up. Front knee is stacked over that front ankle. Yes. Get down a little lower. Let it shake a little bit. There's beauty in that challenge. There's beauty in that shaking. It might not feel beautiful. It might not feel fun. 10 more seconds. But there's beauty there. 2, 1. I encourage you before each one of these moves, maybe, or maybe just the beginning of class, ask God for strength. Check it through each one of them, okay? Don't try and do it all on your own strength. Okay, pulses. Same leg. Excellent. Keep pulsing for me, okay? You guys are doing so good. I know we're getting to that point in the workout where I'm falling over. It's been tough. You're probably ready to quit, but don't. Stick with it. You won't ever regret finishing a workout. You'll regret not finishing a workout. 5 more seconds. Woo. Woo. In between here, give your shoulders a break with those weights. You have 40 seconds, so feel free to grab a drink. Get ready. We're going to do the other leg. I'll face the other direction this time. About 10 more seconds. Get set up. My left leg is going to step back this time. Here we go. Down and up. If you really like to, you can always step in and out, like so. That will engage your hamstrings a little bit more. But it isn't a requirement. Today I'm just going down and up, okay? Whew. Today is a bit of a doozy. Yesterday I made the mistake of taking a nap for like 3 hours. Felt amazing and I felt like I needed it. Last night, there was no sleep for me. 2, 1. Same thing, isometric hold with that left leg stepping back this time. Here we go. Isometric hold. Whew. Now that I've started using heavier weights, I hate having them on my shoulders a little bit because they start to really hurt. So occasionally I'm going to keep them by my side. Whew. You're wobbling? That's okay. Guess what I just did? I'm no longer a slave to fear or sin. You are a child of God. Yes. Rest. All right, guys. Pulses. And we switch to a new move, okay? What was your favorite move? Too bad, we're almost done. Here we go. If you hated it, we're almost done. Either way, we're gonna make it. Let this be your time of worship and reflection. Think about all the times that God has come through for you. He's been there when you know you did not deserve it. I know I never do. I make way more than my fair share of mistakes. I do not live a perfect Christian life. 2, 1. Whatever that is, right? Now this next one, we are using the band. It's going to come above the knee. Option, you have those weights on your shoulders. I'll show the first round without them, second one with. We are going to squat, lift, squat, lift, okay? Alternate that lift, but squat in between. Remember when you're squatting down, don't let those knees come in. Keep them apart. Depending on your band, you might be able to lift higher or less high. We're all probably using different levels of intensity on our band. That's going to affect how high you can lift. Rest. Okay. Whew. Catch your breath. And do that again. This time I want you to hold that leg up for 3 seconds and then come back down to that squat and hold for 3 seconds. So start 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Try to get to 3. 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. I started a new class at the community center and we've been working on our balance, but I'm gonna tell you, it's one of those things you can work on it all the time, but still sometimes a struggle. Like, see me, I'm falling over. Remember, you could use a chair here. My chair is right there. Easily could grab it. Rest. For this last one, it might show you with the chair. And now I said I was gonna use weights, but I'm just gonna not use them because I already haven't. Maybe have it there, but far enough back or front that you're not touching it. 3 pulses. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2. It was much easier when I was holding this, right? But I got to lean to the side. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, next move. Coming down to the ground for this one. I'm going to show you a couple different options. Option 1, keep it above the knees, open, close. Option 2, throw a little weight here. We're doing a fire hydrant. Option 3, and down by, one could be just right about at the knee, so you're resting on top of the band. Open and close. The other one's by the ankle. Pick your level. I really don't care where you keep the band. I'll keep it here because that's just where it landed up. It could be above your knees still. To be honest, off the top of my head, I can't even tell you which one's probably harder. Mostly because this band isn't super challenging. Well, I'm sure you can tell where this move gets its name. Turn this side a little bit more so you can see what Mike's fully doing. Rest. Okay, this time is our isometric hold. You're gonna hold that L shape up. We got this. Only got a few more moves here. Here we go. Try your best. Try not cave forward here. Keep that chest up, arms straight. If this bothers your wrist though, you could always come down to your elbows. It's just gonna make it a little harder on your legs. But if that's the only way you can complete it, make it work, okay? That leg up. From this angle in the camera, it looks kind of like I'm floating. I like it. 5 more seconds. Rest. All right, pulses are next, okay? Pulses. Keep holding for me. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Woo! Keep breathing. 5 more seconds. Rest. Whew. Alright. Flip it around for you. I'm going to do the other side. If you had it just around the knees, I think for this second side, I'll just keep it around my knees. Not around my knees, above my knees. I should clarify, you do not want it around your knees. It will hurt your knees on the joint. Feel free to grab a drink in between if you need it. Three, 2, 1. Okay, other side, lift and lower. Whew. Second side's always harder, right? The standing leg has to work too. We just worked it hard. You can do this. I believe in you. I need you to believe in you too, okay? right, same thing, other side. Here we go. Nice metric hold. Now today's class is probably going to be cut just a teeny bit short. Normally we'd have 2 more moves and core, but I'm going to go straight into the cool down. But feel free, if you want 2 more moves, to find another lower body workout and just do the ending. Unfortunately, I'm doing this over nap time and I can hear my daughter screaming upstairs, so gotta finish up. Rest. Pulses are next. This will be our last move before we cool it down. Here we go. If you want to do some moves on your own after this, feel free to do clamshell. I've done it in many of my other videos. That was what was planned. Or just take today as a little bit of a break. And I mean little bit, because I'm sure your legs are already sore anyway. Me skipping one move is probably welcomed for some. Five more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. All right, take that band off and we are going to go into our cool down. All right. For our first cool down move, take those legs out super wide here. I want you to reach up and over. Don't worry if your legs aren't as far apart as mine. This isn't a flexibility class. Maybe they're wider than mine. I'm sure some people's are. Other side, up and over. I hope you're all just as sweaty as I am. You got something out of this. If nothing else, maybe you're not even sore, which, wow, kudos to you, because I am super sore. But even if you're not, I hope the message got through to you today about praying against temptation. Bring those legs in front. Stand up nice and tall. Hinge it forward. You can reach those feet. It helps to pull back on those toes. That'll give you a little calf stretch as well as a hamstring stretch. If you're not there, if you can't reach your toes yet, that's okay. We're going to go into a hip flexor stretch. One knee down, one knee up. Move it forward. You go as deep as you want. Maybe drop one hand down today and open up the arm towards the sky. If this bothers you, just stay up in that kneeling position and tuck the tailbone. Go ahead, switch those legs out. You get an option to stay right here or drop one hand down, the other arm reaches up. So if you're wondering which legs and arms are where, right now my right leg is the one right here bent forward. My left hand is down on the floor, my right arm is reaching up towards the sky. Maybe being this deep down into the stretch might not feel good, in which case you would just take it up, okay? Go ahead and release. I want you to cross one leg over, reach the other leg back. Come on down to half pigeon. option to come down to your elbows, or you can stay up here, whichever feels better for you. And just sink into it. Quiet your mind, slow down your breath. Go ahead, switch those legs out. Same thing, cross that leg in front. Hinge it forward. Option to come down to those elbows. Release. I want you to land to your side. Just pull on the tops of your feet. Little quadricep stretch. I'm just pulling on the parts of where my shoelaces. This can also be done standing up, but figured we're already on the floor. We might as well do it down here, right? Go ahead, switch. Other side. Same thing. Excellent. Go ahead, release. Let's just close in a quick prayer before we send you on your way. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this time together, Lord. Strengthen us that we may not enter into temptation, that when temptation comes our way, you give us the strength to pass right past it, that we'll know it wasn't by our strength that we didn't give in, but because of your mercy and your grace. Lord, I ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen. See you next time.